today I wanted to come and share with you some home and garden information or some stuff that I've been doing lately. One, I went to the library and picked up quite a few gardening books, and I bought a few, just like 3 magazines this year about gardening, so I wanted to share those with you, as well as I'm going to share with you my open cabinet summer decorations, so that will be at the end. So first, I picked up the other day some gardening books and just want to share Fairy Garden Handbook. Last year I did a fairy garden for my daughter. We're in the process of redoing that because we're doing some other stuff in the yard. So I wanted to look at some of that. Gardening month to month in Illinois. I'm not sure, they may have these for other states as well, and I think if they do, this is a really good book to have. The way they have it laid out, I really like the way they have it laid out as far as like a calendar view. And I was telling my husband we need to get a calendar and lay out our gardening schedule like throughout the year, things that we need to do to help keep track of some of the stuff we need to do. So I really love this book. And this again is Gardening Month to Month in Illinois, and I'm sure they may have something like this for your state. The Beautiful Edible Garden. It tells you about how to landscape your yard, you know, with edible vegetables and fruit and things like that, just to make it pleasing to the eye. So this is really a good book I wanted to check out because that's what we're in the process of doing. Some more adding some more stuff, edible food in our backyard. Kitchen Garden, and this is another book. I mean, pretty much everything that we need in the in our garden is for the kitchen. So here is just some information on when to plant the items, you know, like spring, summer, fall, and it gives you just a lot of information on different vegetables and fruit. This one here. Herb Gardening, Step by Step to Growing Success. This is another good book if you're interested in planting your own herb garden or planting some herbs. And most of them, I'm a picture girl when it comes to a book. So if I'm looking for something, or if it's something particular I'm looking for, I'll look in the back, see where it is, and I'll go read that. These books are something I will never read from cover to cover because I'm not interested like that, you know. I'm looking for certain things that I need to apply to the garden. American Grown, and this is the book Michelle Obama. I also checked out some YouTube videos of her garden at the White House, and it is absolutely gorgeous, inspiring. So just do a search on those if you're interested in seeing those. So I also picked this up. Pests and Disease. You know, some of that stuff we deal with in a garden. So this is another one I wanted to look up because we had a couple things I need to know about. This book right here was on the shelf. I don't know if your library has it, but ours have books for sale. So this was one of those books that was 50 cents, and it's on water garden. So I don't even, at one while we wanted a water garden, but the way we're doing stuff right now, I don't know if we're going to have any room for a water garden. So, but I thought it was a good book to have as a reference in my book of my gardening book, in my library of gardening books right there. So those are the books, and I don't know if you are like me. When I go to the library, I pick up quite a few books, especially if it's on subjects, references that I need of interest. I pick up so many, and if I did get some magazines too, but I didn't even bring those down. They didn't have really a lot of gardening books anyway. But okay, so these are the magazines I picked up this summer, and I don't know if I just haven't bought any magazines in a while, but the price of magazines have skyrocketed. They're like $9.95, and they had some $12.95, $13.95. It was just outrageous. But again, I'm attracted to pictures, and you know, to me it inspires me. So if I could have a nice magazine, because usually I don't buy many gardening magazines, and I keep them as references. So when the gardening season begins, I pull them out and, you know, look at them so I can become inspired to do some things, projects that I might want to do in my yard. or not, or just for, like I said, for inspiration. Because a lot of times I could look at a magazine, I could feel like not inspired, don't want to go out in the yard to do anything. I can look through some magazines and it may just jog my inspiration, just go out and clean up, you know, pull weeds in a certain area, but it just inspires me to get moving. So the first book I picked up this year was The New Pioneer, and it talks about a lot of the like sustainable gardening, people that are really more so like farmland. You have probably a larger amount of land, chickens, goats, and stuff like that. We don't have that much land. So, but it's a really good book as far as if you want to learn how to do a lot of natural things in your yard without using a lot of pesticides and weed killers and stuff like that. That's one of the reasons that I got this book, just to get inspiration on. A lot of times there is a way for us to do things without purchasing items. So that was the reason I picked up that book. And I'm also interested in chickens. Having my own chickens, which I don't think it will be possible here because I have not checked our zoning, but I don't think it's possible, so that might just be one of my little heart's desires that I won't get. Okay, here's another one. It's Flea Market Gardens, and it just talks a lot about homeowners that have just built a beautiful backyard using flea market finds, roadside finds, and stuff like that. So it's really, like I say, has some great inspirational pictures in it. And even when you read the articles, it's really inspirational, especially if you are a thrifty person like myself. I love finding thrift items. I love finding roadside finds, you know, so I can spruce up and make my own. And I like the character of something instead of things always polished and immaculate. I wouldn't say immaculate, but polished and purchased, you know, from the store. I love a lot of, don't get me wrong, I love items purchased from the store, but not that everything looks like somebody else's. You know, you go in somebody's house and it looks like the neighbor's house. I don't like that. So, but this is a really good book, Flea Market Gardens, and that was $9.95. And here is Flea Market Outdoors. Really, really pretty items, things that they've used, from candlesticks to old chairs to old tables. I mean, you name it, they've used it in here. Like I say, as well as the articles, when you just read the articles, and like I say, if you are that type of person that likes to find flea market finds, it will really inspire you to, you know, let you know that what you're doing is not crazy. You're not the only one that enjoys finding those items. So those are the 3 magazines that I've been using for inspiration, as well as a few that I've had, you know, have collected over the years. And I, like I say, go through them at any time to look at them and get inspiration. And these are some books, and I need to take these back on, I think like July 14th, so I'm going to look through these as much as I can. So that's about it. Today we're doing, my husband and son just went to Home Depot to get some lumber because we're planting our first fruit trees in the yard. We're planting 2 pear trees, so they went to go get some lumber. We're gonna do raised beds for them because our lawn is in the back is not as well drained. So we're gonna, hopefully that will work. So next I will be sharing with you my open shelving that I have in my kitchen. Okay, now this is the open shelving I have in my kitchen, and this was a find at the Goodwill. I had been looking for like some open shelving to go in my kitchen to store, you know, some items. And this was, I'm trying to think, I think I went to the Goodwill one day and found this, so my husband went back and picked it up. I haven't painted it. Like I said, I usually like things when I find it to keep it the way it looks, unless it's just in bad shape and I have to paint it. So the top shelving here, and one of the things that I wanted to do with it, with this season, I wanted to put things on the shelving that I was going to use. So if I need to cook something, I'm going to get it from off this shelving. I'm not going to go into my cabinets because this is like right at hand. I don't know if you're like me. I like plates. I like a lot of cooking items. So I end up collecting a lot, but if they're stored away, we don't get a chance to use them. So if I put them here on display and I say, okay, these are the dishes that we're going to be using, you have no choice but to use them, and then you get to enjoy them. So at the top there, I have my Sunbeam, my vintage Sunbeam mixer. And that one I have not used yet. We've cleaned it, but I haven't got a chance to work it yet. So pretty much my Sunbeam, the stainless steel, is pretty much at the top, along with my red Lacreuset stock pot and our percolators, the large one and a small one. Coming down, I have from the left to the right, I have some milk glass along with my vintage Pyrex. And I wanted to use that this, you know, for the summer. I thought it was nice and bright. And so I brought in the turquoise plate that I have there, and I pulled in the red, you know, kind of offset the colors a little bit to add a little pop. Then I have my milk glass serving plates along with some glasses in the picture. Here on this shelf here, I had purchased the tool caddy, gardening tool caddy from Target. I was going to use it in the yard, and I have used it in the yard on my potting bench, but I brought it in because I thought the Papa Red and the turquoise would be like perfect to go along with the Pyrex at the top, as well as my gloves. Now I bought these gloves, and they look just like the gardening gloves. They look just like the tool caddy. I have a watering can, and I cannot bring myself to use these gloves, so they will be on display for decorations and decoration only there. Here in this milk glass vase, I have some red napkins and apples. I put all the fruit here for the kids to grab, as well as the lemons and lime that I use for cooking down here on this shelf. And I have all my milk glass mixing bowls out. So like I say, when I'm cooking something or mixing something up, these will be the bowls that I go to. Okay, on this shelf here, I have my butcher blocks. I got those from Costco a few months ago, and I really love them. I love the color, and I just love the way, you know, I use them. I'll clean them off, and they dry real fast. So I have those, and I have some little mixers right there in that crock, as well as these are the plates that we're using. So I have those out as well. And here on the bottom shelf here at the bottom shelf, just have a little decoration. Then I have my vintage Pyrex Friggies right there if I need to put something in the refrigerator, any leftovers, anything. And under that I have my large Lacreuset pot, and on the other side there I just have a cookie jar, some fake fruit, and some more of my Lacreuset dishware. I wanted to share with you today from the Home and Garden, and let me know what you're doing in your garden, what you're doing in your home for the summer months. Thank you for watching Nicole with HelpMamaRemote.com.